Therefore the Yehudim who were with her in the house were comforting her. Then they saw that Miriam rose quickly and went out and followed her, saying, She is going to the tomb to weep there. Miriam therefore, when she came to Yeshua and saw him, she fell down at his feet, saying to him, Adonai, if you had been here, my brother would have not died. Yeshua therefore, when he saw her weeping, and Yehudim who came to with her weeping on her ground in the spirit, was troubled and said, Where have you laid him? And then they said to him, Adonai, come and see. And Yeshua wept, and Yehudim therefore see how he loved him. And some of them said, This one hath opened the eyes to the blind, not so able to prevent this one from dying. Yeshua therefore, again groaning to himself, and came to the tomb, and now it was a cave, and a stone raised against it. And Yeshua said, Take away the stone. Mother, the sister of him who had died, said to him, Adonai, already he smells, for it has been 4 days. And Yeshua said to her, Did I not say to you that if you believe, you shall see the esteem of Elohim? So they took the stone away where the dead man was laid. And Yeshua lifted up his eyes and said, Father, I thank you that you have heard me, and I know that you always hear me, but because of the crowd standing by, I said this, and in order that they believe that you sent me. And when he said this to him, he cried out with a loud voice, Lazarus, come out. And he who died came out, bound feet and with hands, lapping, and his eyes was wrapped with a cloth. Yeshua said to them, Loosen him and let him go. Therefore many of the Yehudim who had come to with Miriam and had seen Yeshua believed in him. But some of them went away to the Pharisees and told them what Yeshua did. So the chief Kohanim and the Pharisees gathered at the council and said, What shall we do? Because this man does many signs. If we let him alone like this, they shall believe in him, and the lawman shall come and take away from us both the praise of our nation. And the one of the Caiaphas, being Kohen Hagadol, and they said to him, to them, You know not, neither do you consider that it is better for us for one man to die than for the people, than that of the entire nation should perish. But he did not say for this for himself, but being the Kohen Hagadol, the ear of that Nabo, that Yeshua is about to die for the nation, and not for the nation only, but together to gather together into the children of Elohim who are scattered abroad. So that one day, that day on they plotted to kill him. Yeshua therefore no longer went openly among the Yehudim, but went from there into the country near the wilderness to a city called Ephraim, remained there with his Talmidim. Now the Pesach of the Yehudim was near. Of many went from the country to Jerusalem before the Pesach to kadosh themselves, and so they were seeking Yeshua and spoke among one another, standing in the Mikdash, What do you think? Is he not coming to the festival at all? And both of the chief Kohanim, the Pharisees, had given a command that if anyone knew where he was, he should disclose it in order for them to seize him. The Book of Yochanan, chapter number 12, verse number 1. Accordingly, Yeshua, 6 days therefore the Pesach came to Bethania, where Lazarus was who had died, who raised from the dead. So they made him a supper there, and mother served while Lazarus was one of those who sat at the table with him. Then Miriam took a rita and a costly perfume head and anointed the feet of Yeshua, and wiped his feet with her hair, and the house was filled with the fragrance of the perfume. The one of his Talmidim, Yehuda, was from Kerod, and Shimon, who was about to deliver him up, said, Why was this perfume not sold 300 pieces for the silver and given to the poor? And he said this not because he was concerned about the poor, but because he was a thief, and the bag, and he used to take what was put in it. And Yeshua then said, Let her alone. She has kept this for the day of my burial. For the poor you have with them always, but me you do not have me always. Then a great crowd of the Yehudim learned and that he was there, and there came not on account of Yeshua, and only but also see Eleazar, whom he had raised from the dead. And the chief Kohanim resolved to kill Eleazar as well, because on account of him many of the Yehudim went and believed in Yeshua. And on the next day a great crowd who had come to the festival, when they heard that Yeshua was coming to Jerusalem, took the branches and palm trees and went to meet him, and were crying out, Hosanna, Baruch, he who comes in the name of Yahweh, the sovereign of Israel. And Yeshua, having found a young donkey, sat on it, and as it has been written, Do not fear, daughter of Zion, see this your sovereign is coming, sitting on the colt of donkey. At first his Talmidim did not understand this, but when Yeshua was esteemed, they remembered that this was written about him, and that he had done to him. Therefore the crowd who were to him, who called the Eleazar out of his tomb and raised him from the dead, were bearing witness. On account of this crowd also met him, because because they heard that he had done this sign. The Pharisees then they among themselves, and you see, you are getting nowhere. Oh, look, the world has gone after him. And there were certain Yahwanites among them coming to worship at the festival. Then they came to Philippus, who was the Bethsaida at Gary, and were asking him, saying, Adonai, we want to see Yeshua. Philippus came and told Andre, and in turn Andre and Philippus told Yeshua, and Yeshua answered them, saying, the hour has come for the bane of Adam to be esteemed. Truly, truly, I say to you, unless the grain of wheat falls on the ground and dies, it remains alone, but if it dies, it bears much fruit. He who loves his life shall lose it, and he who hates his life in the world shall preserve it for the everlasting life. If anyone serves me, let him follow me, and where I am, there my servant also shall be, and if anyone serves me, the Father shall value him. Now I myself am troubled, and what shall I say? Father, saves me from this hour. But this is the reason I came in this hour. Father, esteem your name. Then a voice came from the IMYM, and I have both esteemed it, and they shall esteem it again. So the crowd who stood by and heard it was saying, I have heard the other, and the other said, the messenger has spoken to him. Yeshua answered and said, this voice did not come because of me, but for your own sake. Now is the judgment of this world, and the ruler of this world shall be cast out, and if I am lifted up from the earth, shall draw all unto myself. Then this said, signifying by what death he was about to die. Then the crowd answered to him, what had out the Torah, that a Mashiach remains forever, and how do you say the bane of Adam has to be lifted up? Who is this bane of Adam? Yeshua therefore said to them, yet a little while the light is with you, and walk with you in the light, and the darkness overtake you, and he who walks in the darkness does not know where he is going, while you have the light, to believe in the light, so that you become sons of light. And this Yeshua spoke and dwelt and went off and was hidden from them. But though he had done many signs before them, they did not believe in him. That the word of Yeshua then be filled, which was spoken, Yeshua, who was believed at our report, and do not as among the Yahweh has been revealed. Because of this they were unable to believe, because again Yeshua said, he has blinded the eyes and hardened the hearts, so that they should not see with the eyes and not understand with the heart, and turn, and I should heal them. Yeshua said that this was to him, then spoke to him. Still, even among the rulers, and many believed in him, but because of the Pharisees they did not confess, lest they should be put out of the congregation. For they loved the praise of men more than the praise of Elohim. Then Yeshua cried out and said, he who believes in me, but in me who sent me, and he who sees me sees him who sent me. I have come as a light into the world, so that no one who believes in me should stay in darkness. And if anyone who hears my words and does not watch over them, I do not judge him, for I do not come into the world to judge, but to save the world. He who rejects me and does not receive my words as one who judges him, the word that I have spoken shall judge him in the last day. Because I spoke not from myself, but the Father who has sent me has given me a command, what I should say and what I should speak. And I know that his command is everlasting high. Therefore, whatever I speak, as the Father has said to me, so I speak.
John or Yohanan chapter number 13. And before the festival of the Pesach, Yeshua, knowing that his hour had come, and that he should move out of this world unto the Father, having loved his own who were in the world, he loved them to the end. And supper taking place, the devil having already put him into the heart of the Yehuda for Kerioth of Shimon to deliver him up, Yeshua, knowing that the Father had given all into his hands, and that he had came from Yahweh, and he was going to Yahweh, rose from supper, and laid aside and his garment, and having taken a towel, he girded himself. And that he put water into a basin, and began to wash the feet of the Talmidim, and to wipe them with the towel with which he was girded. And so he came to Shimon Kepha, and he said to him, Master, do you wash my feet? Yeshua answered and said to him, do not know what I am doing now, but you shall know after this. Kepha said to him, by no means shall you wash my feet ever. Yeshua answered him, if I do not wash you, you have no part with me. Shimon Kepha said to him, Master, not my feet only, but also my hand and my head. Yeshua said to him, he who has had a bath does not need to wash except his feet, but is clean. clean altogether, and you are clean, but not all of you. But he knew who would deliver him up, so he said, You are not all clean. So he who washed their feet and taken his garment and sat down again, he said to them, Do you know what I have done to you? You shall call me teacher and master, and you shall say, Well, for I am. Then if I, Adon and teacher, have washed you your feet, you also ought to wash one another's feet. For I gave you an example that you should do as I have done to you. Truly, truly, I say to you, a servant is not greater than his master, nor is an emissary greater than he who sent him. If you know this, Baruch are you if you do them. I do not speak concerning all of you. I know whom I have chosen, but that this scripture might be filled, he who eats bread with me has lifted up his heel against me. Now I say to you before it takes place, that when it does not take place, you shall believe that I am. Truly, truly, I say to you, he who receives whomever I send receives me, and he who receives me receives him who sent me. When Yeshua had said this, he was troubled in spirit and witnessed and said, Truly, truly, I said to you, one of you shall deliver me up. Then the Talmidim looked at one another, doubting of whom he spoke. And one of his Talmidim, whom Yeshua loved, was reclining on the bosom of Yeshua. Simon Kepha then motioned to him to ask whom it was of whom he spoke. And leaning back on the breast of Yeshua, he said to him, Master, who is it? Yeshua answered, it is to whom I shall give a piece of bread when I have dipped it. And having dipped the bread, he gave it to Yehuda from Kerioth of Shimon. And after the piece of bread, Satan entered into him. Yeshua therefore said to him, What do you do? Do quickly. But no one at the table knew why he said this to him. For some were supposing because Yehuda had the bag that Yeshua was saying to him, Buy what we need for the festival, or that he should give somewhat to the poor. So having received the piece of the bread, he then went out straight away, and it was night. And when therefore he went out, Yeshua said, Now the Son of Adam has been esteemed, and Yahweh has been esteemed in him. If Yahweh has been esteemed in him, Yahweh shall be esteemed in him, in himself, and straightway esteem him. Little children, yet a little while I am with you, you shall seek me, and as I said to the Yehudim, where I am going, you are unable to come. I know also say to you, I renew the command I give to you, that you love one another as I have loved you, that you also love one another. But this shall all know that you are my Talmidims, if you have love for one another. And Simon Kepha said to him, Master, where are you going? Yeshua answered him, Where I am going, you are unable to follow me now, but afterwards you shall follow me. Kepha said to him, Master, why am I unable to follow you now? I shall lay down my life for you. Yeshua answered him, Shall you lay down your life for me? Truly, truly, I say to you, the cock shall not crow at all until you have denied me 3 times. Yohanan chapter number 14. Let no one heart be troubled. Believe in Yahweh, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many places, and if not, I will have told you. I go to prepare a place for you, and if I go and prepare a place for you, I shall come and again receive you to myself, that where I am you might be too. And where I go you know, and their way you know. Thomas said to him, Master, we do not know where you are going, and how you are unable to know the way. Yeshua said to him, I am the way, the truth, and the high. No one comes to the Father except through me. If you had known me, you would have known my Father too. From now on, you know him and have seen. Philip said to him, Master, show us the Father, and it is enough for us. Yeshua said to him, Have I been with you so long, and you have not known my Philippus? He who has seen me has seen the Father. And how do you say, Show us the Father? Do you not believe that I am in the Father, and that my Father is in me? Then the word that I speak to you, I do not speak from myself, but the Father who stays in me does his works. Believe me that I am Believe me. Do you not believe that I am? Therefore the words that I speak to you, I do not speak for myself, but the Father who stays in me does his works. Believe me that I am in the Father, and the Father in me. Otherwise believe me because of the works themselves. Truly I say to you, he who believes in me, the works that I do, he shall do also. And greater than this he shall do, because I go to my Father, and whatever you ask in my name, that I shall do, in order that the Father might be esteemed in the Son. If you ask whatever in my name, I shall do it. If you love me, you shall guard my commands, and I shall ask the Father, and he shall give you another helper to stay with you forever, the rock of the truth, whom the world is unable to receive because it does not see him nor know him. But you know him, for he stays with you and shall be with you. I shall not leave you orphan, I am coming to you. Yet a little while, and the world no longer sees me, but you shall see me, because I live and you shall live. In that day you shall know that I am in my Father, and you in me, and I in you. He who possesses my commands and guards them, it is he who loves me, and he who loves me shall be loved by my Father. And you in me, and I in you. He who possesses my commands and guards them, it is he who loves me, and he who loves me shall be loved by my Father, and I shall love him and manifest myself to him. Yehuda, now the one from Kerioth, said to him, Master, what has come about that you are about to manifest yourself to us and not to the world? Yeshua answered him, and if anyone loves me, he shall guard my word, and my Father shall love him, and we shall come to him and make our stay with him. He who does not love me does not guard my words, and the word which you hear is not mine, but of the Father who sent me. Then I have spoken to you while you still with you. But the Helper, the Ruach HaKodesh, who the Father shall send in my name, he shall teach you and remind you of all that I had said. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. I do not give you to you as the world gives, but do not let your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. You heard that I said to you, I am going away and I am coming to you. If you loved me, you would have rejoiced then that I said, I am going to the Father, for my Father is greater than I. And now I have told you before it takes place, that when it does take place, you shall believe. I shall no longer talk much with you, for the ruler of this world is coming. He possesses not in me. But in order for the world to know that I love the Father, and that as the Father commands me, so I am doing. Rise up, let us go from here. John or Yohanan chapter number 15. I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. Every branch in me that bears no fruit, he takes away. And every branch that bears fruit, he prunes, so that it bears more fruit. You are already cleansed because of the word which I have spoken to you. Stay in me, and I in you. As the branch is unable to bear fruit of itself unless it stays in the vine, so neither you unless you stay in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. He who stays in me, and I in him, he bears much fruit. Because without me you are unable to do naught. If anyone does not stay in me, he is thrown away as a branch and dries up, and they gather them and throw them into the fire, and they are burned. If you stay in me and my words stay in you, you shall ask whatever you want, and it shall be done for you. In my Father is esteemed that you bear much fruit, and you shall be my talmidim. As the Father has loved me, I also loved you. Stay in my love. If you guard my commands, you shall stay in my love, even as I have guarded my Father's command and stay in his love. This I have spoken to you, so that my joy might be in you, and that your joy might be complete. This is my command, that you love one another as I have loved you. No one has greater love than this, that one should lay down his life for his friends. You are my friends if you do whatever I command you. No longer do I call you servants, for a servant does not know what his master is doing. But I have called you friends, for all which I heard from my Father I have made known to you. You did not choose me, but I chose you, and appointed you that you should go and bear fruit, and that your fruit should remain, so that whatever you ask in my Father's name he might give you. This I command you, so that you love one another. If the word hates you, know that it hates me before you. If you are on the world of the world, the world will love its own. But because you are not of the world, yet I chose you out of the world. For that reason the world hates you. Remember the word that I said to you, a servant is not greater than his master. If they persecuted me, they shall persecute you too. If they have guarded my word, they will guard yours too. But all this they shall not do to you because of my name, because they do not know him who sent me. If I had not come and spoken to them, they would have no sin. But now they have no excuse for their sin. He who hates me hates my Father as well. If I did not do among them the works which no one else did, they would have no sin. But now they have both sinned and have hated both me and my Father. But that the world might be filled which was written in the Torah, that they hated me without a cause. And when the Helper comes, who I shall send to you from the Father, the rock of the truth, who comes from the Father, he shall bear witness of me. But you also bear witness, because you have been with me from the beginning.
The Book of Yochanan, chapter number 16, verse number 1. According to the book of Hallelujah Scriptures, in order to the Tanakh. And the scripture says this, I have spoken to you so that you do not stumble, that they shall put you out of the congregation. But an hour is coming when everyone who kills you shall think he is rendering the service to Elohim. And this that they shall do to you, because they do not know the Father nor me. But I have said this to you so that you, the hour that comes, you remember that I told you, I told them to you. And this I did not say to you at the beginning, for I was with you. But now I'll go away to him who sent me. I do not. One of me, he asked me where I am going, but because I have said this to you, to your grave filled in your heart. But I say to the truth to you, it is better for you that I go away. For if I do not go away, the Helper shall not come to you at all. But if I go, I shall send him to you. And having come, he shall reprove the world concerning sin, and concerning righteousness, concerning judgment, and concerning sin, because they did not believe in me, concerning righteousness, because I go to my Father, and you see me no more, concerning the judgment, because the ruler of this world is judged. And I still have much to say to you, but you are unable to bear them now. But when he comes, the Ruach of the truth, he shall guide you in all the truth, for he shall not speak for himself, but whatever he hears he shall speak. He shall announce to you what it is to come, and he shall esteem me, for he shall take of what is mine and to announce it to you. And all that the Father has mine, that is why I say that he takes from me what is mine and announces it to you. And a little while and you do not see me again, and a little while you see me, because I am going to the Father. Therefore some of these Talmidim say to one another, what is this that you say to us? A little while and you do not see me again, and a little while you see me, and because I am going to the Father. So they said, what is this that he says? A little while you do not know what he is saying. And Yeshua therefore he knew that they were wanting to ask him, and he said to them, are you asking one another about what I said? A little while you do not see me, and again a little while you shall see me. Truly, truly I say to you that you shall weep and lament, and the world shall rejoice and shall be grieved, but your grief shall become joy. The woman has a grief when she is in labor, because her hour has come. But as soon as she has given birth to the child, she no longer remembers the affliction for the joy that a man has born into the world. And you therefore have the grief now, but I shall see you again, and your heart shall rejoice, and no one takes your joy away from me. And in that day you shall ask me not. Truly, truly I say to you, whatever you ask in the Father in my name, he shall give to you. Until now you have asked not in my name. Ask and you shall receive, in order that your joy might be complete. Then I have spoken to you in figures of speech, but our hour is coming when I shall no longer speak to you in figures of speech, but I shall declare the Father plainly to you. In that day you shall ask my name. You shall ask in my name, and I do not say to you that you shall pray in the Father on your behalf. For the Father himself loves you, because you have loved me, and have believed that I came from Yahweh, and I came forth from the Father, that I have come into the world, and again I leave the world and go to the Father. Israel made him say to him, See, you are speaking plainly unto us using the figures of speech. Now we know that you know all, and have no need that anyone should question you, but this is who believe that you came from the Father, from Yahweh. Yeshua answered them, Do you now believe? See, an hour is coming, and has come, that you are scattered, and each to his own, and leave me alone. Yet I am not alone, because the Father is with me. Then I have spoken to you that it is in me you might have peace. In the world you have pressure, but take courage. I have overcome the world. Yochanan chapter number 17, verse number 1. And Yeshua said this, and lifted up his eyes into the Shamayun, and said, Father, the hour has come. Esteem Ben, so that your Ben also might esteem you. And you have given him authority over all the flesh, that should give everlasting height to all whom you have given to him. And this the everlasting height, that they should know you only true Elohim, and Yahshua HaMashiach whom you have sent. I have esteemed you on earth, and having accomplished what the work you have given me that I should do, and now esteem me with me yourself, Father, with the esteem which I had with you before the world was. And I have revealed your name to the men whom you have given to me out of the world. They were yours, and you gave them to me, and they have guarded your word. Now they have come to you, and that all give to me is from you, because of the word which you gave to me I have given to them, and they have received them, and they too know that I came from you, and they believe that you sent me. I pray for them. I do not pray for the world, but for those who have given me, for they are yours, and all mine are yours, and yours are mine, and I have been esteemed in them, and I am no more in the world, but these are in the world, and I come to you. Kodesh, Father, guard them in your name, in which you have given to me, so that they might be one as we are. When I was with them in the world, I was guarding them in your name, which you have given to me. I watched over them, and I do not, and not one of them perish except the son of destruction, that the scriptures be fulfilled. And I come to you and speak this in the world, that they have joy, and my joy be completed in them. I have given them your word, and your word the world has given, because they are not of this world, and I am not of the world. I do not pray that you should take them out of the world, but you keep them from the wicked. They are not of the world, as I am not of the world. Kodesh them in your truth. Your word is truth, and you sent me into the world, and also sent them into the world, and I too for them I am Kodesh myself, so that they too might be Kodesh in truth. I do not pray for this alone, but also for them believing in me through your word, so that they all might be one as you, Father. You, Father, are in me, and I in you, so that they too might be one in us, so that the world might believe that you have sent me, and the esteem which you have given to me I have given them, and so that they might be one as we are one, and I in them, and you in me, and so that they might be perfected in one, so that the world knows that you have sent me, and have loved them, and so you have loved me. The Father, I desire that whom you have given me might be with me where I am, so that they see my esteem which you have given to me, because you have loved me before the foundation of the world. O righteous Father, indeed the world did not know you, but I knew you, and this knew that you sent me, and I have made your name known to them, and I shall make it known, so that the love with which you have loved me might be in them, and I in them. The book of Yochanan chapter number 18, verse number 1, the word of Yahweh saying, Having said this, Yeshua went into